All right, so we got Mauricio here on the first episode of the podcast. This podcast is really just focused towards um, fashion and clothing professionals, people who have businesses in the clothing industry. And Mauricio is a good friend of mine. We've been good friends for about almost maybe like a year and a
I think
half.
past a year now,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, like a year and a half. We met last year, at the beginning of last year, and yeah, it's cool to have him on here. He's really focused on vintage clothing and reselling vintage clothing. He's been killing it, and yeah, so we linked up last year prior to the pandemic, like a month before, maybe 2 months before, and yeah, he's been killing it. It's been a great time. So yeah, welcome, Mauricio.
Thank you.
Yeah. No, but yeah, so yeah, we're homies. So this is really just gonna be a cool little conversation talking about what you've been up to and everything.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, man. So like, I guess let me know what is it what you do exactly? Like a short.
So I've been just reselling vintage clothing. I mean, that's pretty much it. Trying to find rarer pieces, band shirts, just anything crazy, old cartoon tees, and just reselling them.
Yeah.
Finding the right person for each shirt.
Hell yeah. And what got you into that? What got that started?
Um, it was over a year ago. Um, I have a friend that we went to high school together, and he had been working in a recycling center, where basically clothes go to get destroyed and
Yeah.
recycled into rags and shipped off to like different countries. And he saves like the shirts that are worth saving, and he resells them. So I've been following him for a while, and then the opportunity came where I just wanted to visit him and see what he was doing, maybe pick up some clothes for myself. And I saw an opportunity there.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Hell yeah. So then you had been following him for a while. He was reselling also, or was he just keeping it for himself?
So he was doing wholesale,
Yeah.
and wholesaling clothes to like bigger accounts and things like that.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So for some people who don't know what wholesaling is with clothing, how does that all work?
Um, Basically like anything else, like since he has the source to find them for an incredible like crazy price, very cheap, like 25 cents a pound. He then sells them for like $1, $2 each in bigger quantities, and then those people clean them up, fix whatever they got to fix on the clothes, and then resell them for whatever you
Yeah.
know the price may be. Yeah,
Yeah. So then he makes his money just by like, because he has a rack house or whatever, he finds all these great pieces and he resells them for nowhere even near what you're selling them, right? So like,
right. Yeah, and he knows that too, but he just finds so much and at such a crazy price that he can do that. He can sell 100 shirts at a time, even though it's at a fraction of the price, and kind of be like that
yeah.
middleman, like a plug, like a connection, for other
Yeah.
resellers.
Yeah, that makes sense. And he doesn't have to do all the work that he would need to do to freaking clean all the hundreds of shirts up, right? Because like
Exactly.
you gotta clean it, you gotta I guess fix any repair anything on it, and we can go into that later on, the process of getting it ready for like the actual market for it to be sold at what it's worth. But he just avoids all that and he makes his quick, easy money. Boom, boom, boom. Just sells it to all these people, right?
Exactly. Um, yeah. He has a little team that he has, and they basically just look for shirts every
Yeah.
day, like
That's
7 days a
sick,
week.
dude.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
super
that's
sick.
crazy, man. No, that's cool. That's cool. And that warehouse is big, or what is it? What does it look like?
It's huge. They have what are called bales, which are just a ton. I think it's like 100 or more pounds of clothing, just kind of like compressed into a cube, and then those cubes like stacked up in
Yeah.
a huge warehouse. And in Miami, there's a little neighborhood called Hialeah, and it's just all warehouses for different things, not just clothes, but like furniture, just whatever. And yeah, they have they call them rag houses, just like rags. And there's a few right next to each other. But luckily he got this one, and he's like the only one in there. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
yeah, because now rag houses are kind of overpopulated. people are going because you can find crazy stuff and there's an insane amount of clothing. But he got into it really early on, and he basically made that spot his own. So it's just him and his boys in that one rag house. The ones around it, there's like a ton of people going in and out, and it's kind of competitive. He tells me stories like somebody brought a gun once,
Shit.
like now you can't dig here, like crazy stuff.
What? So
Yeah, but at his spot is like secured.
yeah, none of that happened.
Yeah,
The
no.
do have you ever heard of someone stealing from another person at a rag house? Because
Yeah,
I
man.
because I was in LA at the Goodwill bin, and like, shoot, it's in the valley somewhere over there, like North Hollywood. And I get there and I'm not too active in it. I go because I have other friends in LA that kind of do the same thing. And I was over there just hanging out, hopefully maybe finding like a grail or something.
Yeah,
And some fool comes up and he comes back from, I guess, lunch or something. I don't know. He comes back and he starts pressing everybody. Just, yeah, he got in everybody's face in that bin. But not everybody, just the people who knew about streetwear and just vintage clothing, because
yeah,
there are a lot of Hispanics that buy like just older Nike and then sell it at the swap meet, and they make a killing too, dude.
yeah.
But just like there was a group of like 10 people that knew about street clothing and vintage
Yeah, you
clothing.
could tell too
Yeah,
sometimes who's there for what.
exactly. Yeah,
Trying to
exactly.
impress like the little Haitian ladies.
Yeah, exactly.
Not them.
Yeah, exactly. And so
So
then
they stole
he
his
was,
car, huh?
no, they stole his, supposedly they stole a, actually they did steal it. It was a freak, a Grateful Dead shirt. It was like the teddy
Oh,
bear,
yeah,
the tie dye, and I guess it was worth like 100 and something, right?
yeah,
And when I got there, I saw some fool leaving, grabbing all this stuff and dip. So I'm guessing it was that guy. And then when
yeah.
the other guy came back, he started pressing everybody. He was just threatening everybody about this shirt that was $100, whatever. I was like, damn, dude, this is crazy. But has that ever happened, or have you ever seen shit like that happen over there?
Yeah, man. I seen because they have different spots in Miami. There's a lot of spots you could go. Um, and this dude Chris, the guy we were talking about, that's he sources to me and a couple other people. Yeah, he had a stack in a warehouse, and it was the Up in Smoke tour with like Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg,
Yeah.
and that shirt was worth a pretty penny, and yeah, someone stole it, and they knew who it was, and he didn't really want to like blast them on Instagram or anything like that, but he ended up giving it back.
That's funny.
Yeah,
That's
because no
embarrassing, bro.
no one was messing with him because
Nah.
I mean everybody knows, like word spreads, and they found out what he did, and they wouldn't let him back in, and basically he gave it back to be like to try and get back into the
Yeah.
rag house and stuff. It was
Damn,
crazy.
bro. Yeah, dude, it's just crazy, man. They get super competitive, super jealous too, and like, and it's
Yeah,
wild, man.
and I've been saying this since the beginning, man. Like, it's enough for everybody with this. Like, there's such a huge excess of clothes out here, man. Not just clothes, but anything. There's
Yeah,
like so much of it. There's enough for everybody.
literally, and it's insane.
Yeah,
Like, in anything, man, anything, like with clothes or even money, dude. You know how much money's out in the world? Let's
yeah,
there's enough for all of us to eat. There's enough for all of us to do well in this business. So it's like it's everywhere. And I think let's get into some of the like numbers of a t-shirt, how much a t-shirt could actually sell for, because
yeah.
some people are kind of just surprised by it, and some people don't even know the vintage game very well. But like, yeah, let's say for example that Snoop Dogg shirt, how much would he have gotten it, and how much could he have sold it for?
Right. So it depends on the shirt, which is
Yeah,
crazy. But the way I price things is based off like recent sales, you know. Um, that Snoop Dogg shirt could have gotten for like 2 to 220.
yeah,
Maybe up to 250, like depending on the condition of it. But I just sold the Mask t-shirt, the movie The Mask
hmm,
with Jim Carrey. I sold that shirt recently, right before my trip to Miami, for 1,200, which
it's
is just
insane,
one
bro.
shirt. It's
Yeah,
insane.
yeah,
Um,
one shirt.
yeah, and that shirt used to go for like 200 before the vintage thing blew up, but now it's going upwards. And I could have sold it for more, but I took the first offer on it, just because I had the trip and everything. And but I mean, yeah, just like fast fashion and like high end fashion goes deep, vintage goes deep, you know, because
Yeah.
you can get a shirt from the 70s that's like $20, which is crazy, and then you know a shirt like the mask for like 1200, and
Yeah.
there's more that go for even crazier money.
Yeah,
Yeah,
dude. So would you say it's more of like even kind of like a piece of art, right? Because I mean,
definitely,
clothing is art, you know, it's a way of expressing yourself, but that's kind of like, yeah, so a part of that you could add to your collection of art pieces. You have people pay a crowd ton of money for a sculpture or for like a painting. Would you say like these t-shirts are art to them?
definitely, man. Because I mean, they're rare, you know. At the end
Yeah.
of the day, because you could get a shirt, say like an Aerosmith shirt, for $20. You could, but something original from like their first concert for a collector that has more value than just a reprinted shirt, a newer shirt. So it just definitely like it depends on the person, on what they like to collect and what they like to wear. Um, at the swap meet out here, you remember the flea market I did
Yeah.
a couple of weeks back? The first week we did that flea market, we took all our crazy pieces and we hung some up and everything, and people were asking the prices, and we told them the prices.
Yeah.
Some some people were laughing, you know,
Yeah.
some people were like shocked. Um, I think it was the Batman and Pebbles shirt,
Mhm.
and we were asking 120 on it, and people were like, "What?
Yeah, they just didn't
120?"
understand, bro. Yeah.
They didn't understand. We had to like kind of explain it a little bit, and they were like, "Oh wow, that's crazy," you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, depends, man.
Everyone's different. Yeah. Yeah. They appreciate it different. And like if you took that shirt out to Miami, then it'd be a different conversation, right? Like,
Yeah, yeah, it would be sold really quick, or
yeah.
even online. Like if I were, I had posted it and it sold really quick, you know. So
Yeah.
it just depends on the scene. Um, yeah, I don't
No, that makes sense.
know.
No, that's cool, man. Dope. Yeah, there's a lot of money in it, and it's crazy because I have you and another friend, really close friends. So you're from Miami, my other friend is from LA, and so they're both doing you both are doing crazy stuff, and it's surprising. And some people don't believe it sometimes, but it's like it's real, man. It's crazy that you
Yeah,
can buy a T-shirt for $5, sell it for $100 plus. And so like
yeah.
at this point, how long have you been doing? How long have you had your business for?
About a year, about
Yeah.
like a little over a year and a couple months. Um, so when I started, I was going back to Miami to do a different job, um, for a nursing home.
Yeah.
So it was like whatever. Yeah, it was a little job, and I went back, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna stop by and see my boy, because we hadn't talked in a while since high school. So I was like, all right, let me go see him. And then ThriftCon Miami, which is a huge event for vintage clothing, was that same Sunday. So I saw him on Friday. I spent maybe like $40 with Chris. I filled up the trunk of my car, and then we went to ThriftCon on that Sunday. And then we sold out. Well, we sold like half of whatever we had, and we made over $200.
Yeah.
So basically $20 into 200 something. And
That's
we sold half
insane,
the
bro.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
out the trunk,
yeah.
right outside the event. It was crazy.
Oh, so you weren't
And then
even in the event. It was like in like the parking lot or some shit? Like what was
yeah,
it?
yeah, yeah. Right outside, we pulled up with the trunk open, and we were kind of just selling out the
That's
trunk.
cool.
And yeah, I was like, after that day, and it was only like 3 4 hours, and then we went inside the event and started, like just kind of shopping and hanging out. And after that, I was like, yeah, there's something here,
Yeah.
there's something here. So I went back to Chris the next day, and that job that I did, I basically blew it
For real,
with
bro.
him,
You're like, screw that, bro.
and that's when I brought back like everything. And
Yeah,
then I was doing the event here, and then you came by and you saw everything. Yeah, that was right after the event.
yeah.
But
Yeah, because it's crazy because literally I met you as it started, right? Because
right,
so last year I had a pop-up and Mauricio came through and yeah, him and a group of friends that I met that for the first time that day. Met you. We started talking about clothing. You said you wanted to start flipping clothes and how you want to do another pop-up. and kind of with another setup. And
Right.
yeah, we were planning it. Everything was gonna go well, right? But then pandemic hit like the week, or not the pandemic, but because the it was already going on, but
Like
the
the whole quarantine, right? The
quarantine
lockdown.
and lockdown just started that same week, like the week
Yeah.
before um, the pop up. And so we were still down. We were like, no, we'll get it done. And we felt comfortable too because no one in the town we were living in had quarantine. There weren't any cases yet, right? And I
Right.
think that same week, more cases started appearing. The first case appeared, and then more cases. And we're like, damn, maybe we should just like call it. So
Yeah.
we did like an unofficial pop up still, and it was straight out of your apartment. Which I did.
Right.
How did that go for you? What did you think of that whole experience?
It was great, man. I mean, I think it was for a week after that, like people were still coming by, and it was great. You know what I mean? Like I broke even on everything that I had spent in Miami, because the thing was like, all right, your pop up was right before I left,
Yeah.
and then I saw it and I was like, wow, people were showing up. It was a good turnout. It looked like. So yeah, then I hit you with that idea, and it's just kind of like the timing was perfect, you know. And then we came back, and then like you said, like the spot we were gonna do it at canceled all the events.
Yeah.
So you came by, you put it on your story, and then people started like coming in, and
Yeah.
it was great. It was a good turnout.
Yeah. It was cool. And I felt bad because like you went to Florida, you brought bags and bags of
Yeah,
clothes,
yeah,
And I thought it was gonna be dope. I thought we were gonna sell out really quick, but
yeah,
quarantine hit. So it was rough. But nah, it worked out. It was straight.
yeah.
And
It worked out great.
then
I'm
like how
still
to go ahead.
no, I'm still selling to like Anthony and Alicia, and I mean they came by the other day, so it's the same people, you know,
Yeah.
like showing love. So it's cool. It's
Oh yeah.
great.
No, that's cool, man. And with quarantine, how did that affect your business? Or what do you think would have been different? Let's say you started like a year before quarantine. Do you think it'd be different than how it turned out now, or what do you think would happen?
Yeah. So I never wanted well, not that I didn't want to, but I didn't think about selling online. I
Hmm.
was just thinking about events and kind of little pop-up shops here and there. And then when the quarantine started, it kind of pushed our business online a little bit. And then it was just online. And it did great. People were at home shopping, and it did good, you know?
Yeah.
So,
No, that's cool, man. Yeah, everyone's at home sad, bro. They just wanted to spend some money, feel good.
yeah,
I bet you felt
exactly.
good getting a piece of clothing coming in.
Yeah. And now the majority of the business is online,
Yeah.
you know? So it worked out.
Oh, yeah. No, definitely. And now everything's mostly online. Do you plan on doing pop-ups, or do you plan on doing anything like in person?
I do. Right now, um, we have a couple little things in plan, like in line. There's a vintage shop opening here in town. I don't know if you heard of that.
I haven't, no, dude.
Yeah, there's a little shop opening. It's right across the Maverick, right here. Like, um, they're opening up, and for the opening, they want to do like a big event in the parking lot. So yeah, I'm kind of with the events. I'm kind of taking them like as the opportunity rises, I'll take them.
Yeah.
But yeah, majority is just online right now.
Yeah, the foundation is online. There's no need to mess with that, right?
Exactly, yeah.
So if
And
that's what.
it's hard taking down the listings once they sell in person. I have to take them down online. So it's still a lot of adjusting, you know, with
Yeah,
that.
that makes sense. And now at your business, yeah, how have you grown? How much are you actually making per month with it?
So as of right now, we're up to 800 in a week. So
Yeah.
after fees and shipping, it's averaged about 800 a week, you
Hmm.
know, and that's just off eBay. I'm not really on Depop or anything else, just eBay. So it's doing good. I mean, that's
Oh
more
yeah.
than my past jobs, you know.
Yeah, it's something you like and it's chill. You don't have to show up every morning or clock in or
Exactly.
clock out or anything. And
Yeah.
and and we're just 1 year in, right?
Right.
So then that's pretty freaking good. So it's over a little over, what is it? A little over $3,000.
About, yeah.
Yeah, almost four,
Month.
almost 4,000. Yeah, which is good,
Yeah.
man. For your first year of business, um, no debt, right? Like you didn't have to take out a business loan to get it. You started with what you had, and you just started building up, buying
Right.
and
Right.
selling. Yeah,
Yeah. And the vintage game is like the best sales are the $1 flips into like 30. So we buy a shirt for $1 and we sell it for 30. That's the best uh for us. You know what I mean? Because we
Yeah.
have more of those sales rather than a $1,200 shirt. You know, so our business model is more like the lower average sales price pieces. Just because people are more inclined to sell or to buy a $30 piece
Mm-hmm.
over $100 piece. But we still have those crazy pieces that are worth the
Mm-hmm.
money. It's just that when it sells, it's not like it doesn't break or make or break us. You know what I mean? It's just
Mm-hmm.
kind of like a plus. Those crazy tees that we sell.
That
But
makes sense. Yeah, because like if that's yeah, that makes sense. Because if it doesn't sell that week, then you don't make any money that week, right?
exactly,
But
yeah,
but you got all these other things that are they're coming in now. So those other
exactly,
t-shirts. No, that's
yeah.
cool. That's cool. And so from here on out, like, what's the goal? What's kind of been happening with the business in the last 3 months? Because when I first met you, it was you. You had a partner up in Florida, down in Florida, and then
Yeah.
he came up here, and I met him, and so now things are changing up between him and the business model. What happened all there?
So yeah, so pretty much a partnership. You have to both be bringing something to the table,
Yeah.
right? And at the end of the day, we live off this. You know, we eat off this, we pay rent and bills off this. So you have to at least be matching the pace that we're moving at. And it wasn't working, you know. At first, you know, we had the plan of bringing him out here so the business is in one place. And yeah, it just wasn't working, man. We had different visions. Like my brother came back and I told my brother since day one, if you want a part in this, you got it. Like there's
Yeah.
no need, it's set up already. You could just step in and you know, you're part of the team. And my partner at the time was like, yeah, nah, I don't know.
What?
Right? He was
Nah,
basically saying like, yeah, like I want our friends and family to work with us, but at the end of the day, we're one and two. We're like the partners, the head of the company.
yeah.
And I was like, my brother's not gonna work for you. He's not gonna
Yeah.
make less money than you. He's equal as my brother, you know? So we definitely had different visions and he's still doing it just on his own. And you know,
Yeah.
different visions. Yeah.
Yeah. And there's still enough for both of you to have success in it,
Of
right?
course,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's not dying on either side.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. But the last 3 months we just been working, man. Now we're putting more money back into the business, which is the only way to scale this. And yeah.
Okay, cool. No, that's good. Oh, and so when you started, what do you think what was like the hardest thing that you had to go through to get to where you're at now? Right. And I think that's mainly for other people who have some ideas of whether it's vintage clothing or another clothing brand or whatever it is, you know.
Yeah. Huh. Um, I think I think not treating the business as its own person, as its own entity, that really affected the business at first, you know?
Mhm.
Because all the money we were making, uh, it was basically paying everybody and everything. And there was no business, like no money staying in the business. And that's definitely something that we had to change. And once we did change that, that definitely started helping. You know, the business is its own person, it has its own money, you know. And through that, there's a portion that, you know, pays the employees and pays us. You get me?
Definitely. No,
Yeah.
definitely. Yeah. And I think that that's something that hey, you just kind of have to figure it out. Like for me, so I have um I guess two businesses that are actually making money and then another business that I like doing, which is like around this, you know, with clothes and just talking to other people and trying to get my clothing brand up. But my other two businesses that are doing well is I have the money coming in, money set aside for all the things I need to get paid for, a
Right.
savings account for the business, and then twice a month that business is paying me, right? So I get a paycheck as the owner of it, right? Because
Right.
if I'm taking all the money, my business is going to drown, right? It's just all the money's
Exactly.
not going to be there and it won't survive. So twice a month, these two businesses are paying me, and that's the salary that I use to live. right? So that's where
Right.
I'm free to do it. And so I think that's where you said you got to, right? Like you realize like, oh shit, money needs to stay in the business. I need
Right.
money too, so I'll pay enough for me to survive and like do everything I need to do. But money needs to like stay
Yeah.
there to keep it growing, right?
Uh, yeah. Another thing is investing in the right things.
Yeah,
Because I think the main way to learn about this next thing is like just experience. I think that's the main way. But investing in things that work, because you try things and some things don't work and some things do, and you got to give energy to the things that do work.
yeah,
That's another thing me and my partner disagreed on, is where the money went, and that's a
yeah,
huge thing. So yeah, just investing not only money but time and energy into things that work. You know, the flea market was doing good for 2 3 weeks, and then it started going down for the next 3 weeks, and it wasn't worth our time. We could stay home and keep posting and make way more money,
hmm
and it's easier, and we don't have to load everything and take it to over there 30 minutes away. So yeah, just giving energy and time to things that work.
yeah.
Very important.
And the only way to know what works is by just testing it, just trying things out, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. No, that's cool, man. Dope. No, yeah, I think it's yeah. Hopefully, it motivates anyone who's watching this, whether it's your followers or anyone who follows me, um, and just get motivated and start jumping into either vintage clothing or whatever. And so, for you, what's the goal from here on out? What do you want to get to in the next 12 months?
Um, I mean, the main thing when I started this was just kind of flip a buck and make some money, but now it's something completely different. I fell
Yeah,
in love with it. I feel like I'm doing something that I love and I'm proud of, which before this I couldn't really say that about what I was doing for money. And
yeah, yeah,
you know,
yeah,
and and now it's like, yeah, it's a business, it's like my baby. So now just nurturing it, putting money back into it, growing it, making a name for myself. um One of the main things that I learned this past week was, um if you have a brand, that makes everything a lot, I don't know, a lot smoother. You
yeah,
have people that follow you as a brand, and that's kind of what I'm focused on, just building a brand right now.
yeah. And it gets easier from there.
Yeah, the money's there, but there's been times where just the people that have been following me, customers that I've had, just like repeat customers that kind of save me through like a slow day or a slow week or a slow month. So yeah, just
Yeah.
building off that.
And if that brand wasn't there, then it wouldn't like you wouldn't have that, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. That makes sense. No, it's cool, man. And honestly, it's crazy. I think you're gonna be easily doubling, tripling your business here in the next few months, especially since you got like so much focus and you're ready to go and get
Exactly.
everything done.
Yeah.
Um,
And it's
so I
fun,
guess
man.
what's up?
And it's
Yeah, dude,
fun.
it's fun, right? Like you
Yeah.
don't dread it every morning, right? Like
Nah, bro.
that people do when they get to work, right? Every morning they wake up, they're like, damn, I gotta get to work. That's just not
Yeah,
something
bro.
you have to worry about, which is dope because like maybe you can find a job after whatever, right? With the degree and go find a job that pays you $55,000 a month, whatever. But you're capped there, and you work for someone, right? But this with your
Exactly.
business, you're not capped at all. You can keep growing at however speed, and then keep growing with no one telling you no, you can't make anymore, right? Or controlling
Exactly.
how much you're making, which is dope. And
Exactly.
so, no, I think that's pretty sick. Um, and that's really what I look for in anything is just freedom.
Yeah.
Like I just want freedom, dude. Because I can say like I had a good job. I was living in Los Angeles at the time, and I was working well, and I was getting paid well. It was like 36 an hour working at an architectural firm, just
Yeah.
drawing like drafts and stuff. And it was good, but something was missing, bro. And I had no clue what it was. And that's when
Yeah.
I discovered real estate. That's where I discovered shirts and clothing. And I was like, you know what, screw this. So I left all that and I just started from the bottom with all of that.
Right.
And so the goal is still to just keep growing in the fashion industry and to just keep
Yeah, man.
connecting and building a good network of people.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, dude. I don't know where can everyone find you? So like you have an Instagram. You can announce your eBay if you want. And
Yeah.
yeah,
So Instagram is mycloset.vintage. That's the Instagram. I'm on eBay, but right now is low key since we broke up with the partnership.
Gotcha.
I started a new eBay, so I was building back up, and I'll put the link in the Instagram soon once it's all set.
Cool.
Yeah.
Oh man. Hell yeah, man. What you got going on for the rest of the year though? Just hanging out, working.
The rest of the year, yeah, man, just working.
Hell yeah. That's good stuff.
And yeah, me and my girl are kind of seeing where we end up, you know, because I'm looking at Utah, I'm looking at Colorado, different
Yeah.
places. But yeah.
Cool.
But no, I see this as a long-term thing, you know. It's definitely worked and has been providing. That's the main thing.
Hell yeah. Dope, man. Oh yeah. Also, one last question. I don't think this should be forgotten or missed, but the people around you, right? How have they
Yeah.
affected you and your business, right? Because I think that's one of the biggest reasons why anyone has success in anything, right? So like you spoke about your girl, which I've known for quite a few years also, and so I'm sure she's been helped too. But let's talk about that. Your friends, your family. How has that helped you with your business?
Man, it's everything, bro.
Yeah.
For real. It's everything. Not only for motivation for myself to keep going, but just the help that they like my girl be taking pictures, you know,
Yeah.
posting for me. As far as the people, word of mouth is everything. That's like the main thing. I saw my dad do it with his business, and it's crazy. My dad never advertised a day in his life, and he is just straight word of mouth, and that pushes you to like put out quality things, you know.
Yeah.
And that's like a whole nother thing. You get business through the people around you. No, but it's everything. Like I wouldn't be able to do it without the people in my life, Chris, the plug, just everybody, you know.
Yeah.
My parents, they man, I got clothes like stacked to the roof at my place in Miami, bro.
Yeah, yeah. Did they want to give you a chanclazo, bro, when they heard you want to start a clothing business, or what? Like,
Man, they
they were,
super supportive, man.
really?
So
Yeah,
yeah, man, you don't ever want to let your family down. So that's another thing. So
yeah.
yeah,
Ah, that's cool, man.
they
That's
they be
exciting.
they be getting annoyed, but it's chilling.
No, there you go. But dope, man. Yeah, I think this is good. Yeah, overview of what's going on. A good overview for anyone who's following you and interested in starting a business, kind of sounds like that, you know. But
um,
yeah, what's up?
no, I say if you're trying to start a business, I think gravitate towards something you like. You know, that's that's the main thing. Like, don't try to get in it for the wrong reasons. You know,
Yeah,
because it shows. You know, it's like I don't know if you read the book Force versus Power.
I
You ever
have.
read that book?
I haven't.
It's a great book, and it's basically talks about like doing something with the intention. So if you have the wrong intention of doing something, then the consequence isn't gonna be the best. If you have a good intention, then it is. So if you gravitate towards something you love, you won't be. It's still a lot of work in this. Even though I love it, it's a lot of work, but the outcome is greater. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? I'm working for myself and my family, and it's providing. So just that,
Yeah.
gravitate towards something that you like and that attracts you.
Oh yeah, dude. No, I agree. That's cool.
Yeah,
Oh yeah. Well, thanks, dude. Thanks for setting some time aside to talk to me, and yeah, make this
man.
video. Yeah, I'm excited. I want to do another video like this in a year, dude. That's gonna
Yeah.
be cool.
Let's see
See
where
where
we're at in a year.
exactly. It's gonna be a cool little gem that we got
Yeah.
recorded. But dope, man. Well, yeah, thanks a lot, and thanks to anyone who's watching. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.
Thank you, bro.